Is it true there are 7 time zones across the width of Russia? You'll find out when one of these 3 contestants wins the chance to drive home in this brand new Pontiac 6000 STE in just a split second. And now, here's the star of our show, Monty Hall.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome to our show. You really get to learn an awful lot on this show. For example, the opening question. If you cross Russia from east to west, you will pass through 7 time zones. If they let you. They don't let so easily. Welcome to our show. Our contestants compete for cash and a chance to win a brand new car. And I'm going to have our wonderful announcer, Sandy Hoyt, introduce them to us now.
Thank you, Monty. First, we have our returning champion, the young lady who came from behind on her first time out and now has won more than $2,700, Stephanie Cohen. Next, a man who enjoys most things Scottish and even plays the bagpipes in the house, alone, Eric Davies. And on your right, a housewife and mother who likes her sports, but especially basketball, meet Linda Landau.
Welcome to our 3 contestants on today's program. I'll have a word with Stephanie for just a moment. You've won 2 championships. It's been kind of an exciting stay for you, hasn't it?
It's been great.
And Stephanie keeps whispering in my ear when we're up there looking for the car. She said, all this cash is great. It just helps pay tuition. So you can tell that she's a student who's trying to raise a lot of money to keep on studying and then someday become a famous film director, right?
That's right.
Well, good for you, Steph. I hope that you accomplish that.
Thank you.
Good. Just keep adding the money. Now, Eric, I was amused by that line because it follows that anybody who likes to play bagpipes will play them alone in the house. Because everybody else just runs, right?
Yes.
I happen to like bagpipes. I love the squeal, you know? It's just like, what, 14 cats inside a bag fighting. How long have you been playing the bagpipes?
About 10 years.
Do you play in parades? Do you march?
Yes, I march with the Gordon Highlanders.
Oh, well, then you're a real authentic Scotsman, right?
Well, I have Scotch heritage.
Well, that makes you authentic.
Yeah.
About 100%, 70%, 50%?
About 50%.
Good enough. Play half a bagpipe. We'll all appreciate it a lot more. Linda, I'm going to talk to you when we come back in just a few moments. Now let me explain how we play. Split second. As you know, each one of our questions has 3 answers, and you're entitled to come up with 1 answer apiece. And when you do, you get $10 each. But if only 2 of you can answer part of the question, you get $25 each. If only 1 of you answers part of the question, you get $50 all by your lonesome in the first round. You buzz in when you see the full question on the screen, but not till then. If you buzz in too soon, you'll be locked out. And then we go in the order in which it flashes in front of your desk. So here we are. Are you ready? Play the bagpipes and away we go. 3 of the books on the New York Times bestsellers list in late 1986 were by or about show business stars. Here are the titles of these 3 books. Pick one and name the star involved. Here they are. His Way, Fatherhood, and Itina. Stephanie.
His Way, about Frank Sinatra.
That's right. Eric.
Fatherhood, Bill Cosby.
Big runaway bestseller. Linda.
Itina, about...
Well, how many Tinas do you know, Linda?
I can't think
Tina
of it.
Turner, it was about. So Stephanie and Eric, you get $25 each. Linda, you better get in there. I'm going to show you 3 favorite expressions used by popular movie cartoon characters. You pick one and name the character who says it. And here they are on the screen. One is, what's up, Doc? And the other one says, I taught it to a putty tat. And the third one says, that's all, folks. Stephanie?
What's Up, Doc is Bugs Bunny.
What's up, Doc? Says Bug Bunny. Linda?
I taught a top pretty cat is...
I taught it to a
Tweety Pie.
Tweety Pie, you got it just in time. Eric? Who says the there, that's all, folks? It's on the...
Bugs Bunny.
No. You had it on the tip of your tongue. Porky Pig. He knew it, but a little too late. Stephanie and Linda get $25 each. Linda's on the scoreboard now. The USA not only includes 50 states, but a number of self-governing and non-self-governing territories. I'll give you the capital cities of 3 of those territories. Pick one and name that territory. Look at the screen. Here are the capitals. San Juan, Charlotte Amalie, and Agana. Stephanie.
San Juan is Puerto Rico.
Right. Linda.
I don't know.
You don't know? Eric?
Charlotte Amalie is U.S. Virgin Islands.
That is correct. Virgin Islands. Agana is Guam. And so we have Stephanie and Eric scoring and getting $25 each. If you were riding in the Concorde, why, of course, you'd be riding in an airplane. What would you be riding in if you were in one of these? Look at the screen. A Tin Lizzie, a Prairie Schooner, the Wabash Cannonball. Stephanie.
Tin Lizzie is a car.
Right. Linda?
Wabash Cannonball is a train.
Right. Eric?
Prairie Schooner is a Covered wagon.
Yes, a covered wagon is very good. Stephanie, Eric, Linda all get $10 on that one. We're going to talk about wearing apparel. Wearing apparel of all types that are named after famous people. Here are the facts. Pick one set, name the famous person involved. Stephanie?
The jacket is Nehru.
Right. Linda?
Military jacket is,
Eric.
Life preserver is Mae West.
Right, and the military jacket was named after Eisenhower, the Eisenhower jacket. Stephanie and Eric get $25 each, and now they're leaving Linda behind. Come on, Linda. When a Major League Baseball game is tied after 9 innings, they play extra innings to get a winner. Now here's what 3 other professional sports do when a game is tied after regulation time. Pick one and name the sport. One is a 50-minute quarter sudden death. One is 5-minute overtime periods. And one is 20-minute period sudden death. Now let's see how good you are. Stephanie.
The 5-minute is hockey.
No, the 5-minute overtime period is not hockey. Eric?
15-minute quarter is football.
That is correct. Linda?
the 20-minute period.
Sudden death.
The 5-minute over. Oh boy, the 20-minute period is basketball.
No, the 20-minute period was hockey. The 5-minute overtime period was basketball. We only have one winner in that round. That's Eric, and he picks up a full $50, which puts him in the lead. Let's turn to movies. See how well you do. More than a dozen actors have won Oscars portraying real-life personalities on the silver screen. I'll show you the subjects of 3 biographical movies. You pick one. Tell me who won the Oscar for playing the role. Here they are. Who played George M. Cohan, General George Patton, and Louis Pasteur? Stephanie.
Patton was George C. Scott.
Right. Eric. Who played Cohan? Who played Pasteur?
Sorry.
Too late. Linda.
I don't know either.
Oh, my dears. George M. Cohan was played by I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy. And who was that? James Cagney. And who, Louis Pasteur was played by Paul Muni in a famous, famous movie. Well, only one winner there. Stephanie picks up $50, resumes the lead. I have 3 questions to ask you about musical instruments that you all come in contact with. The answer I want from you is just a number. Here are the questions. Look at the screen. How many keys on a grand piano? How many strings on a violin? How many valves on a bugle? Stephanie.
Strings on a violin is 4.
Correct. Linda.
Valves on a bugle is 3.
Valves on a bugle? None. There are no valves on a bugle. Eric?
Keys on a grand piano, 66.
88, Eric. Sorry. And again, Stephanie picks up $50. At the end of the first round, Stephanie has the lead with $210, Eric with $135. Linda is just getting warmed up with $35. We'll be back in double the stakes in round 2. Well, we've met Stephanie and Eric. Now let's talk to Linda. Linda, you said well, at least was said about you in the introduction, is that you love sports, love to watch sports.
Yes, my husband and I spend the winter engrossed in college basketball.
College basketball is your favorite, is it?
Yes.
What about playing? Did you play any sports when you were young?
No, I'm fairly uncoordinated myself. That's
would-
why I guess I watch.
And your husband?
He'll hate me for this, but I guess the same for him.
Just as uncoordinated, eh? So it's better to watch the other people knock themselves around. Good. Well,
We
very
get a lot of exercise jumping around, watching it.
like I do at home. When somebody scores a touchdown, I jump onto the couch for the first time. Right. Well, Linda, good luck to you. Let's see you do a little better in the second round. Eric and Stephanie have taken the lead over you, but now we double the stakes, so you have a chance to pick up a lot of money. This time, if 3 of you give me an answer, it's worth $20. If 2 of you give me an answer, it's $50. And if 1 of you gives me an answer, it's $100. And you're trying to get into good position in that countdown round to determine who goes for the car. Here we go in our second round. Many primetime TV shows feature women in the starring roles. Here are 3 of those shows. Pick a series, name any one of the actresses who star in it. Now that should be lucky and easy. Cagney and Lacey, Kate and Allie, and the Golden Girls. Name any actress. Eric?
Golden Girls, Betty White.
Betty White will do for that. Right. Linda?
Cagney and Lacey, Tyne Daly.
That'll do. And Stephanie? Kate and Allie.
Kate and Allie, Jane Curtin.
Jane Curtin or Susan St. James. Right. All 3 of you right. All 3 of you get $20. A horse, your kingdom for a horse, because I want you to identify the horses I'm going to describe. Look at the screen. Give me the name of Alan Young's horse, Big Red, and Gene Autry's horse. Linda?
Alan Young's talking horse on TV, Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed. Right. Stephanie?
Gene Autry's horse was Trigger.
Wrong. Eric?
Gene Autry's horse, Champion.
That's right. I think that was Roy Rogers' horse, Trigger, if I'm not mistaken. Anyhow, the great racehorse nicknamed Big Ed was Man o' War. Eric and Linda get $50 each. I want you to go all out on this question, even if the sports expressions I'm going to give you include the word half. You go all out. Pick an expression, name the sport it goes with. Look at the screen. Half Nelson, half volley, half gainer. Eric.
Half gainer wrestling.
Half gainer is not wrestling. Sorry, Linda.
Half Nelson is wrestling.
That's right. And Stephanie?
Half volley is tennis.
Right, and half gainer was in diving. Eric, you knew it as soon as you said it, too.
Yeah.
Stephanie and Linda pick up $50 each. Let's look at the score. Stephanie's in the lead. Eric is still second. Linda's closing in on. Several famous prime ministers of England have had quite interesting nicknames. I'll give you 3 of those nicknames. You give me the prime minister of England it refers to. Take a look at the screen. The Iron Lady, Winnie, and Dizzy. Stephanie.
The Iron Lady is Margaret Thatcher.
Right. Linda. Prime Minister.
Joe Blank.
Blank. Eric.
Dizzy is Disraeli.
Right, and Winnie was Winston Churchill. So Stephanie and Eric get $50 each. Here are 3 words that just sound funny. I want you to pick one and tell me if you'd sit on it, smoke it, eat it, or wear it. Look at the screen. And the 3 are a howdah, a hookah, and a hubble bubble. Stephanie.
A hookah you sit on.
A hookah you don't sit on. Wrong. Linda.
Hubba bubble you eat.
No. Eric.
A hookah you smoke.
That's right. A hookah you smoke, and a hubble bubble is also a type of a hookah. And a howdah is something that you sit on when you go on an elephant. And Eric gets $100 and takes over the lead. Although most countries in the world have long since given up their royal rulers, there are still several kings on the throne in several European nations. I'll name 3 of those kings. You name their countries. Look at the screen. King Juan Carlos, King Olaf V, and King Baldwin. Stephanie.
King Juan Carlos of Spain.
Correct. Eric.
King Olaf of Norway.
Right. Linda.
King Bedouin of Saudi Arabia.
No, Belgium. Belgium was the 3rd one, and Stephanie and Eric get another $50 each. I am going to give you 3 objects used as part of a formal luncheon setting. Pick one and tell me, according to Emily Post, should it be placed at the right or the left of the place settings? Look at the screen. The salad fork, the wine goblet, and the butter plate. Left or right? Eric?
Salad fork on the left.
Correct. Stephanie?
The wine goblet on the right.
Correct. Linda?
Butter plate on the left.
Yes, you're all right. You each get $20. Remember Romeo and Juliet? One of the most popular love stories of all time? See if you can answer these questions about Romeo and Juliet. Take a look at the screen. Romeo's family name, Juliet's family name, and the city where the play takes place. Stephanie?
City where the play takes place is Verona.
Verona, right. Eric?
Capulet, Juliet's family.
Juliet was the Capulets. And Linda, who were Romeo what?
I don't know.
The Montagues. The Montagues. And Stephanie and Eric, $50 each. Poor Linda is drawing a blank today. In the comic strips, we learned that J. Wellington Wimpy loves hamburgers. But what are the favorite foods of these comic strip characters? Look at the screen. Popeye, Jiggs, and Dagwood. Should be an easy one. Linda.
Popeye spinach.
Right. Eric.
Dagwood sandwiches.
Right. Stephanie.
Jiggs beer.
No, corned beef and cabbage for Jiggs. Eric and Linda get $50 each. Westerns don't play well on television today, but in the 60s, their stars rode into our homes on a regular basis. I'll name 3 stars of long-running Western TV series. Pick one and name his series. Look at the screen. Clint Walker, Clint Eastwood, James Drury. Stephanie.
Clint Eastwood was...
What was his TV play? Linda. Anybody. Any one of the 3. Any one of the 3.
Clint Eastwood, Rawhide.
Rawhide for Eric. He's the only one who gets it. He gets $100. Clint Walker was Cheyenne, and James Drury was the Virginian. Eric picks up another $100, has a nice big lead. The story of Don Quixote, the famous knight who tilted at windmills, has been made into plays, operas, ballets, and even a Broadway and film musical. Tell me these facts about Don Quixote. Look at the screen. Who was the author, the country it took place in, and the musical? What was it named? Stephanie.
The author was Cervantes.
Cervantes is right. Linda.
The country Spain.
Right. Eric.
The musical
Was Man of La Mancha. Eric, Stephanie, and Linda get $50 each. Let's take a look at the score at the end of the second round. Eric, you still maintained your lead and will have the advantage going into the countdown round. Stephanie will be in second place. Linda will have the toughest time of all 3 when we come back with the exciting countdown round.
Buzzer.
We're going to move now into the very, very exciting countdown round, which determines who goes for the car. Questions are the same, but this time when you buzz in, you can answer not only 1, but 2 or 3 parts of the question. Gives you a good chance to come from behind. Each time you give me a right answer, we count down 1. The first person to 0 wins. How many questions you have to answer is determined by how much money you made in the game. Since Eric made the most and keeps his money, as do all the contestants, Eric has 4 questions to answer. Stephanie was second, has 5 to answer. Linda has 6 to answer. Good luck to all of you. Here we go in the countdown round. We all know that George Washington was the first president of the United States, but here are other presidential firsts. Pick a first and name the president involved. Look at the screen. The first president to resign, the first president assassinated, the only president impeached. Stephanie.
The first president to resign is Nixon.
That is correct. You may continue.
The first president impeached was Johnson.
Yes, Johnson, Andrew Johnson. I
And-
should have asked you which one, but I'm going to accept it.
And the first president assassinated was Monroe.
Time is up, and Eric, you're second.
First president assassinated was Abraham Lincoln.
That's right. You count down to 3. Stephanie needs 3. Linda still needs 6. Stephanie or Eric? By answering all 3, the next question could go all the way out and become a champion. Here are 3 books which have become classics in children's literature. I want you to name the authors. Look at the screen. Robinson Crusoe, Treasure Island, and the Oz books. Eric.
Robinson Crusoe and Treasure Island were both written by Robert Louis Stevenson.
I'm sorry, I can't accept any part of that answer. Take them one at a time. Stephanie?
Okay, Treasure Island was written by,
I'm sorry, Linda.
Robinson Crusoe was written by Robert Louis Stevenson.
No, I'm sorry. Robinson Crusoe was written by Daniel Defoe. The Treasure Island was written by Robert Louis Stevenson. Had you given me just part of that, Eric, you might have scored. The Oz books were written by Frank Baum. Nobody gets any points for that one, which seemed easy until you start getting excited. Now, calm down. I'm going to give you the names of 3 famous folk dances. Pick one and name the country of its origin. Look at the screen. The Chardash, the Gavotte, and the Bolero. Stephanie.
the Bolero is Spain.
That's right. Continue.
The Gavotte is France.
One more, and you've got a title.
And the top one is Greece.
No, that's not right, and you're saved by that one. Linda?
The top one is Russia.
No, Eric? Chardash?
Hungary.
Hungary is right, and you count down 1 more. Let's look at the score. Stephanie just needs 1. Eric needs 2. It's a very close race. Linda still trails with 6. You don't have to be an architect to know the type of bridge you're driving across, so here are descriptions of 3 types of bridges. Pick one and name the type of bridge it is. The one that opens vertically, floats on water, and hangs from steel cables. Stephanie, you just need 1.
Hangs from steel cables is a
I'm sorry, you didn't get it in time. Whatever it was, Linda's next.
Hangs from steel cables is suspended.
Continue.
Opens vertically is raising.
No, that's an act. I want to know the name of the bridge. Eric, there's 2 left, and you got 2 to go. Floats on water is a pontoon bridge, and the one that opens vertically is a drawbridge. And Stephanie still needs 1, Eric still needs 2, and now Linda needs 5. Many hit musicals of the theater and movies were written by famous songwriting teams. I'll give you the name of 3 great musicals. Name the 2 songwriters who wrote it. And here we go. Take a look at the screen. It's My Fair Lady, The Mikado, and Showboat, but to be right, you need both authors. Ready, Stephanie?
The Mikado is Gilbert and Sullivan.
And you've got yourself another championship. My Fair Lady was Lerner and Lowe, Showboat was Hammerstein and Kern, and Stephanie has won in a squeaker. She wins her 3rd championship in a squeaker. Well, Eric, you didn't win, but you picked up $625, and that'll buy you a lot of little cats to put into the bagpipes, right? Thank you so much for being with us on the show today. It's a lot of money. Linda picked up $275, enough to buy a couple of World Series tickets these days at the price they're going for. But the sports enthusiast and the bagpipe player, we thank you very much for being on our show. And Stephanie, for the 3rd time, we take the walk up to the car and see if we can win. Well, for the 3rd time, Stephanie, you're trying for this beautiful car. Sandy's description awaits.
Monty and Stephanie, you're looking at the elegant Pontiac 6000 STE, featuring a powerful 2.8-liter fuel-injected V6 engine, plus all the other power features that are standard on the Pontiac 6000 STE.
Stephanie, on your 2 previous championships, you selected screens number 3 and 4 of our 5 screens and didn't win the car. So today, to help you in your odds, we're going to blank out 3 and 4, and it leaves you with screens 1, 2, and 5 to choose from. Now you only have 3 to choose from. Pick the screen today and hope the car is behind it.
I'll stay symmetrical and go with number 2.
Number 2 is the one that she wants. A little fanfare, a little music, and turn around number 2 and see if the car is there, and it is! Stephanie's got herself a brand new car. And somebody is giving her a hug. And who is this?
My brother Jason.
Your brother Jason. Well, Jason, I know she's going to let you have it on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, right? And she'll keep it on Tuesday, Thursday. Well, here's a student who's got herself a brand new car. With our congratulations to Stephanie Cohn, who is a very popular winner of the brand new car on today's program, and she won an awful lot of money to go with it, $3,285 as well. Thank you for joining us on Split Second today. Bye-bye, everybody.
Split Second is a Stephen Haydas, Monty Hall production.